your team as you enter this open date?
Yes, we have the Sanford Bulldogs at home. Their head coach, Chris Hatcher, I've known him a long time, a very good head coach, kind of an offensive-minded head coach. And we played these guys, I guess, twice since I've been here before, so fairly familiar with them. Questions?
Apologies about that, Coach. I had the script typed up wrong. We'll begin with Josh Kendall of The Athletic.
The coaches show a part of your week you enjoy or something you just as soon skip each week?
No, it's kind of a routine thing that it's just part of the job, and I enjoy parts of it.
In a place like you're at, and most of your colleagues in this conference are at, where people are really passionate about football, I know times it can get testy when things aren't going well. Do you sort of know what those weeks are going to be before you go into them?
I've been in this league a long time, and been fortunate enough to have a lot of really good wins and some tough losses too. It's just part of the job, and the longer you do something, the more you kind of know what to expect.
Thanks, guys.
Next is Brandon Marcello of 24/7 Sports.
Coach, can you just tell me a little bit about how you've evolved as a play caller and your philosophies from the early days when you were all about going 2-minute, throughout games earlier in career to today, and why not that 2-minute philosophy may or may not be able to work in college football today?
Yeah, of course, obviously in high school, we did it, and then got in college at Tulsa, and we ran, our 2-minute offense. And then really when we first got in the league, kind of the same thing. And now, everybody in our league has some type of 2-minute type deal. It's not as big an advantage, as it once was, but still, it's part of what we do. And like I said, at times we'll go tempo, and we're a rhythm offense. And when we're playing our best, we're in rhythm and getting first downs and hitting explosive plays.
Well, why do you think it's not as effective anymore to run 2-minute, as often as maybe you're able to in the past?
Well, like I said, I think the big thing is, I guess when first got in the league or here, 2009, we were the only team that were running no huddle and all that. And now everybody has at least some version of it, and so it's not the same as it was then, and that's to be expected.
Next is Tom Green of AL.com.
Hey, Gus. Over the last several years, you guys, particularly in the secondary, have had a lot of success with some of these under-recruited guys like Daniel Thomas, Jeremiah Denson, Roger McCreary. Just, I guess, the players, and then being able to develop them to have the kind of success that they've had so far.
Well, I think, sometimes the recruiting services get it wrong, and I think our staff's done a good job of evaluating those guys, and and they're all really good kids. They're all really hard workers, and they're very coachable, and they're very talented too. So I think it's a combination of all those things.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Next is Nick Seuss of the Jackson Clarion Ledger.
Hey, Gus. You played both Ole Miss and Mississippi State this year. Those two teams are kind of preparing to play each other on Thanksgiving night. I was just wondering if you can kind of tell me what you remember about scheming for those teams and how you think they might match up against one another.
It's hard to tell how they match up, but, I think both teams, are talented. Of course, when and both of them have running quarterbacks, and the Plumlee kid, of course, we recruited him and know a lot more about him than we do the other quarterbacks, but, man, he was really impressive when you watch a guy in person.
Cool. Thank you, Gus.
Thank you.
This is Bob Holt in the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette.
Hey, Gus. How's it going?
Hey, Bob. Doing good.
Hey, I had to jump off the call for some basketball thing I was doing, so I apologize if you got asked about this, but I guess on Sunday it got announced the latest class for the Arkansas Sports Hall of Fame, and you're in it. Just wondering what your reaction was to that or your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge honor, and I'm on cloud nine. I mean, that's a huge honor, and kind of caught me off guard, and it was really neat to hear that, and I'm excited to be a part of this next class.
And I know you're in the High School Coaches Hall of Fame. I think you're in the Henderson Hall of Fame, and correct me if there's some other Hall of Fames that I'm missing, but this is the Sports Hall of Fame in the state you grew up.
Yeah.
I mean, did you ever imagine getting an honor like that?
No way. I mean, and I think you just said it. It's the state Hall of Fame, and growing up there and everything that goes with it, that's a special deal, not just for me, but my entire family.
I know they don't like real long speeches. Are you going to be okay with that?
Hey, I'm good.
Okay, sir, I could resist. and congratulations.
Hey, thank you, Bob.
Next is Steve Moulton on WZZN.
Coach, how are you today?
Hey, Steve.
On the subject of tempo, I'm wondering from maybe hearing from Gene Chizik in the past or Kevin Steele of the defense, what role tempo offense has on your own defense potentially as this tempo has evolved over the years for you, Coach?
Well, I think, now the fact that everybody in our league has tempo, I think when you practice against it definitely helps. You got to be prepared for that. So I think it's completely different now than it was probably in 2009.
And moving forward, how do you keep your team focused on Samford ahead? Because even Chuck didn't know we had Samford this week. I'm kidding with you, Chuck. But with the Iron Bowl looming coming up next week, how do you keep your team focused on Samford this week, Coach?
Well, I mean, our guys understand that, we got another opponent. We've done a good job of being focused in these type games in the past, and I expect our guys really to do the same thing. And then, of course, next week we'll cross that bridge when it gets here.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
I think we have a follow-up from Brandon Marcello.
Gus, considering the level of competition, especially offensively, you've faced so far and what your defense has been able to do, at this point in the season, is this the best defense you've been around just at this point in the year?
Well, I mean, we've played really outstanding defense all year, and like I said, the first year I felt like we had a chance to be the best defense, at least since I've been here, and I think they're on their way, and so far they've been outstanding.
I think that's going to wrap you up, Coach. Thank you.
Hey, thank you.